Perfectionism is the prison that keeps many women stuck.
I'm really getting frustrated.
And it's derailing your fitness journey faster than any slice of cake, missed workout, or so-called nutrition room you broke thinking that it ruined everything. We often believe that if we don't work out perfectly, eat perfectly, or follow the plan perfectly, it's not worth doing it at all. This creates the all or nothing mindset that stops us from actually being consistent. And if you're a woman who's juggling a million different things, career, family, and social life, and constantly feel like you're behind, yeah, perfectionism is basically your biggest enemy. But here's the thing, I've discovered perfect action isn't what's gonna get you the results. Messy, real life action actually does. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Becca, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you 4 actionable steps that you can take today that will actually help you reach your goals and help those healthy habits actually stick. So stick with me, because if you watch this entire video, I promise you'll know exactly how to take control of your progress without waiting for another perfect Monday, perfect meal plan, or perfect workout. Listen, I thought I needed the perfect fitness plan to actually see results, but that just backfired. Instead, my brain went into overwhelm, my nervous system went into threat mode, and my motivation disappeared after a few days. I restarted my diet every Monday because I actually thought I needed a fresh start. I consistently got mad at myself because I was always falling off. I would skip entire workouts if I didn't have exactly 1 hour to do it. And then I'd go ahead and quit when the plan actually got hard. I needed a new strategy. So here's the mindset shift that changed everything. You don't need perfect action. You need safe, repeatable, messy action. That means smaller steps, less pressure, fewer rules, more flexibility, and giving myself permission to do things imperfectly. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what messy action actually looks like in real life, because this is where everything will start to fall into place. Step 1, we're gonna have to lower the bar on purpose just for now. Girl, most of us have been taught to think that lowering the bar means giving up, and that's not true. Lowering the bar and actually setting realistic goals is actually a strategy to help us stay consistent and actually see those long-term results. So let me go ahead and explain this in simple science talk. Our brains are wired to avoid overwhelm. When something feels too big or too much, our prefrontal cortex, the decision-making part, basically taps out, and our nervous system goes straight into stress mode, which triggers that procrastination, the perfectionism, and the voice that says, oh, I'll just start on Monday. So when we jump from 10% to suddenly giving 110% overnight, our brain sees that as a threat. It shuts down, we burn out, and we just quit. But when I stopped trying to be perfect and focused on small, actionable, doable steps, something incredible actually happened. I actually stayed consistent this time. And that's when the actual fat loss and the healthier habits actually started to click. Not at 100%, at like 70 to 80, done imperfectly. And here's what lowering the bar looked like for me. I started doing 30-minute workouts instead of those hour workouts that I would tend to skip. I focused on trying to get at least 1 high-protein meal throughout the course of the day. Instead of having to force myself to eat clean from morning till night, I made things super simple by eating the exact same breakfast every single morning. And that way I didn't have to think about it. I stopped listening to that overly dramatic I'll start on Monday voice and kept going. And here's why this actually worked. When we lower the bar, especially when we're starting a new goal, our nervous system calms down. Fewer stress hormones like cortisol and more, okay, this is actually doable, chemicals, help us to take action. And when we stop actually living in fight or flight or fawn mode, our metabolism actually starts to function a lot better. Your body actually feels safer, so it's in a better place to actually burn fat, build muscle, and actually recover. So lowering the bar isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing things that you can actually stick to when you're busy, when you're emotional, when you're exhausted. And honestly, it changed everything for me and will absolutely change everything for you too. So let's go ahead and tackle something most women struggle with. The all start on Monday trap. If you keep waiting for a fresh start, it's not about motivation. It's perfectionism, pressure, and psychology. And you might not even realize it. But here's why Mondays feels so magical. It gives you that fresh start effect. And this is symbolic of that clean slate, like you've just hit the reset button. Then you try the avoidance of imperfection. The messy today feels so uncomfortable, and Monday just feels more organized. even though it didn't even happen yet. Then we're gonna add in some all or nothing thinking, like, oh, I messed up on Tuesday or Wednesday, so I'll just start on Monday again. That way it can be perfect. And in some cases, you might over-identify with your past failures. So pushing it to Monday creates that distance from failed past attempts. Picking that Monday gives you that false sense of preparedness. The truth is, needing that fresh start just signals perfectionism, fear, and overwhelm, not your lack of ability. Messy action trains your brain to trust yourself in the here and now. So what I started doing instead was hitting that reset button in the moment. I reset at the next meal, which looked like actually ensuring that my next meal hit my target macros. Or I reset the next morning without guilt and focused on being 1% better every single day. And once you stop restarting every single time, you'll finally build the habits that actually start to change your life. Step 3, you need to start building identity, not motivation. Now, motivation is not the answer. Your identity is. Stop saying I'm trying to be healthy and start saying I'm a woman who actually takes care of her body, even on messy days. Your identity will make those habits automatic, and messy action actually makes them doable. And together, your progress becomes unstoppable. Now, 99% of women skip this next step, and it's why the results don't stick. Step 4, we need to create these easy wins. This is one of the reasons I finally stopped quitting on myself. Easy wins are tiny, so simple that make you feel like you are having a successful day every single day. And that keeps you going more than any motivation ever will. And science explains it super simply. Every time you complete a small win, your brain will release that dopamine, the feel-good, do-it-again chemical. And that dopamine will fuel your consistency. Small wins will make your brain crave more action instead of avoiding it. But here's where some women get stuck. We see that 2-week transformation on Insta or TikTok and then think we're behind. We start panicking and then we almost every time quit. But when you actually feel like you're winning, even if it's super small, you naturally keep the momentum. And that's where habits start sticking and your results start stacking. And here's what I actually did. I hit that 30 grams of protein at least for breakfast. Simple target, not perfect. I started hitting the 7K steps instead of stressing about the 10K steps overnight. I did at least a 10-minute walk on my low energy days. I repeated the same simple meals instead of having those super fancy meal prep meals every single day. None of these were super glamorous and none of these were perfect, but they did help build that momentum. Easy wins build confidence, and confidence builds that consistency, and the consistency builds results. Messy action is just a series of tiny wins stacked up until they ultimately transform your body and your life. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, I need you to understand that perfectionism will make you quit, but messy action will make you unstoppable. And if this video hit home for you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I talk every week about women's hormones, metabolism, emotional wellness, and habits that actually work for busy women. And I'll see you in the comments and the next video.